And yet, people keep sending me, they say, your buddy, Stephen A., says that there's no hope for the Democrats, and that when you look at them now, you believe that they just can't find their way. Why? When there's nothing but opportunity in front of them to pick up the mantle that MAGA was supposed to be about, which is fix America first. And to take that opportunity, because obviously the administration can't promise to change something that it's responsible for creating.
First of all, let me say a couple of things. Number one, I would tell them where they can kiss, but I'm in a good mood. I won't do that. Instead, what I will say is I really would appreciate if they watched Chris Cuomo more when I was on, because they would know that I've been on their case for a long damn time. They just want to ignore what they want to ignore, because that's what the Democratic Party does. See, the one thing you have to give the GOP credit for is that its constituents, its voters say, no, we want that. Yeah, you got DeSantis or Ramaswamy or Nikki Haley, somebody. Hell with y'all. We want him. Whereas the Democratic Party religiously are picking candidates for you and telling you as a Democratic constituent who you should be supporting. That's their damn problem, okay? We know that in New York City, because I'm going to say it, you can't say it, but I'm going to say it. Your brother should be the mayor of New York City. He should be the governor of New York State. Don't get me started with all of that stuff. But that's a different subject for another day. In the end, my position has been consistent. It's not about sitting up there and saying the Democratic Party doesn't have a chance. It's saying replicating your behavior pre-election and allowing that to continue while being rudderless and leaderless is not going to get you anywhere. Because no matter how much you complain about Trump, here's the bottom line. Unless he's successful in circumventing the 22nd Amendment of the Constitution and running for a third term, he's not running in 2028. He's already made over a few $billions since he's been in office, his first 16 months of his second term. Chances are he's going to continue to pad his wallet and that of his family for years to come, and then he'll walk away with multi-billions in his pocket, directly or indirectly, and somebody like a Marco Rubio would be running for the presidency, not him. And that's who you're going to have to deal with if you're the Democratic Party. Who is your damn leader? We've been here on the air. 2 years, I've had the pleasure of being on this show with you. You call me every week. I love you for it. I've been saying this for the longest time. It's 2 years later. Who the hell's the leader? I'm still waiting. You still waiting. Who's the person? It's Gavin Newsom? Is it? You sure? Is it Kamala Harris, who now sits up there after writing a book insulting some of the primary Democratic candidates that could potentially run for office, insulting them, talking about how they weren't there for her, et cetera, et cetera. Now she's talking about maybe, maybe, maybe. Once again, it's a maybe. Once again, it's nothing definitive. Same thing you go on The View. Is there anything that you would have done differently than President Biden? I can't think of anything. Really? You can't think of anything? The whole time you were in office for 4 years, you can't think of anything that you would have done differently. You seemed unsure then. You're talking about running again. You seem unsure now. I'm sitting here telling you, look, this is what it's going to take to win. I don't want you to lose. If the Republicans got the House, the Senate, and the White House, I want the Democrat to have at least one, if not both houses of Congress, because I like folks having to cross the aisle and negotiate with one another. And because I say that, they're going to misquote me, misrepresent what I'm saying, not highlight the fact that I'm telling you you're losing. And I'm trying to help you win, and you just won't listen. That's the Democratic Party. And if they don't step up and learn to listen to your boy, they're going to lose again. They're going to lose again. Because that's what they need to do. Listen to me, listen to you, listen to people that got boots on the ground, that's walking the streets of America, that hears what the complaints are about the Democratic Party. And for once, instead of getting people to listen to you, why don't you listen to them so you can reclaim power in at least one house of Congress? We're telling you what to do and what to avoid, and because of that, we're haters. They can kick rocks. I don't have time for the babying and the nonsense. I want the Democrats to regain some semblance of power so we can have a balanced government negotiating with one another so this man in the White House can be checked thoroughly. That is what I want. I'm going to stick to that position. I'm not going to budge 1 inch. I said what I said, and again, if they don't like it, they can kick rocks.
Stephen A. Smith, I appreciate you making your witness, as always, and thank you for doing it here.
No doubt. Talk to you later, my man.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.